The SCP Foundation has one mission: to secure, contain, and to protect. They are a secret service to protect the public from the knowledge and the power of these anomalous objects and beings. Each anomaly has its own special containment procedure, which have been leaked to the public, although with certain parts redacted, reserved for a higher clearance. We've covered the top 10 terrifying SCPs, we've covered the top 10 interesting SCPs, and now we're covering the top 10 funniest SCPs. SCP-789-J, The Butt Ghost. Special Containment Procedure. SCP-798-J is kept in my toilet and only I can talk to it. Description: SCP-79-J is a ghost that is a face. It lives in a toilet and it talks to you while you poop. Then, when you poop, it goes, "No, stop, ah!" and then stops because there is poop in its mouth. SCP-789-J travels around in butts. You can only get rid of it by wiping. That is the moral of the story. Sometimes it kills other butts and makes them butt ghosts too. But it is always lonely because it is a butt ghost. Addendum: if you fall in the toilet, it eats your butt. By researcher James, age 11. SCP-123-J, Amazing Butter-like Substance. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Any instances of SCP-123-J are to be contained within the staff refrigerator. Staff use is allowed, however, staff are warned that ingestion of SCP-123-J and subsequent information of its composition can result in shock, paranoia, and a healthier lifestyle. If personnel come across an instance of SCP-123-J, they are to purchase it and preferably some instances of SCP-123-J too. Description: SCP-123-J1 is a small plastic tub with the brand label "I can't believe it's not butter" on its cover. Investigation has been made into Beckel, the company creators of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. However, no links to any occult organizations have been found. Containment within SCP-123-J1 is a compound of oils forming into an edible substance, designated SCP-123-J. When a subject spreads SCP-123-J on any grain product, it ingests it. They report SCP-123-J to have a taste similar to a butter. When informed that the substance is not organic butter, subjects typically report disbelief. SCP-123-J melts when exposed to heat higher than room temperature. When refrigerated, SCP-123-J slowly solidifies into its original spreadable state. SCP-095-J, Anomalous Typeface. SCP-09-J is a typeface initially developed by the Corporation. SCP-095-J has a mimetic effect on most viewers, causing irritation, increased blood pressure, and, in severe cases, depression, anxiety, leading to civilian deaths. SCP-095-J viewers, however, will become carriers of SCP-095-J, known as SCP-095-J1, using the typeface in all digital and printed communications, no matter the intended tone. Evidence of an SCP-095-J containment breach event starts with innocuous uses of the typeface in appropriate locations for its handwritten style, such as party invitations, children's advertising, and illustration lettering. SCP-7800-J, 5-second rule. Special Containment Procedure. SCP-7800-J affected foodstuffs, too numerous to contain, have been partially held within Site-78's break room. No personnel have gotten sick or died because of SCP-7800-J affected foodstuff. SCP-7800-J is a phenomenon affecting foodstuffs which have been dropped onto the floor. For approximately 5 seconds, all possible contaminants will not affect it. This miraculous phenomenon has been observed by researcher Boyd numerous times in the Site-78 staff break room. It is not actually all that unusual to perform in practice. When activated, personnel surrounding SCP-7800J affected foodstuffs will react, as if the researcher involved was eating from a trash receptacle, which he wasn't. Researchers are to note that there are more contaminants on a kitchen counter anyway. Personnel are also to note that the use of SCP-7800J saves the Foundation time and money which can be better spent on containment. Research done independently by researcher Boyd has shown that a temporal anomaly may occur when the lengths of seconds may temporarily dilate, dependent on the hunger of the subject and the price of the food in question. Researcher Boyd has included a chart. Extraordinary Event 7800J17. The Jim Pepperoni's 5-cheese calzone incident is estimated to have saved the Foundation staff at least $5.95. This $5.95 allowed for the purchase of cinnamon raisin bagels, which further served to improve site morale. SCP-7800J also served to protect site supplies from anomaly 5XJ9, butter side down. Addendum. Experimenters will admit that SCP-7800J does not function properly when there are liquids involved, including sauces, but this has no bearing on the extraordinary event 7800J17 because researcher Boyd only took 2 bites and they were basically on the top. SCP-727J, Malevolent Celestial Object. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to SCP-727J's size and presence, it is becoming increasingly difficult to contain. Currently, a 1.5 million square kilometer carbon steel containment cube is being constructed. However, current estimates predict construction with current Foundation resources will take up to 150 million years. Until such time as SCP-727J is contained, personnel are recommended not to look upwards during daytime hours, in case of any psychic attack from SCP-727J. Description: SCP-727J is a large celestial object positioned approximately 149,600,000 kilometers from the Earth, and is 1,391,000 kilometers in diameter. SCP-727J was originally considered to be of considerably smaller volume. However, examination by Foundation personnel led to the discovery of its large size and classification as an SCP object. SCP-727J breaks several known physical laws. It does not fall into the Earth, but instead remains suspended above. As well, it appears to be able to generate flame in the absence of oxygen. Study into how this is accomplished has been unsuccessful. SCP-727J appears to have some form of psychic influence on the Earth, causing the Earth to rotate in circular pattern around SCP-727J. SCP-727J also has a mimetic effect of causing itself to appear to rotate around the Earth. This is suspected as a mechanism to make itself appear more harmless. SCP-727J is capable of reaching extremely high temperatures. During testing, Class D personnel were ejected into SCP-727J and all were found to be incinerated. Continual exposure to the rays emitted by SCP-727J causes radiation burns. Malevolence of SCP-727J is suspected. There have been several attempts to destroy SCP-727J. At first, a standard Class B fire extinguisher was sent, but it failed to spray SCP-727J. Then, they sent a standard Class B fire extinguisher with a D-Class handler. The D-Class handler failed to activate the fire extinguisher before being incinerated by SCP-727J. Then, a standard Class B fire extinguisher was sent with a D-Class handler in an airtight suit. The amount of foam generated by the fire extinguisher was insufficient to extinguish SCP-727J, and currently a Jupiter-sized fire extinguisher is under consideration. Another attempt was with a 150 million kilometer long fire hose connected to the Pacific Ocean. Observations showed that it failed to make any noticeable change. Project abandoned after 5 days. And the latest attempt was with 1,435 D-Class personnel instructed to stop, drop and roll. Observations shown that SCP-727J failed to be smothered. All personnel were incinerated. SCP-3467J, 6-foot man eating chicken. Special containment procedures. SCP-3467J is to be made fun of at every opportunity. Heckling, practical jokes, and pranks are good examples. Filming the more spectacular procedures is a must. Description: SCP-3467J is a 6-foot tall, 200-pound man eating chicken. Subject is 35, slightly balding, dark brown hair and eyes, and slightly overweight. Name is Hank, and he has worked as a level 1 cleanup crew for the past 3 years. Hank is never seen without a bucket of chicken, and only stops eating it when actually working, which is a rare occurrence in itself. It is known that Hank still lives in his mom's basement, and hearsay amongst the female staff is that he is still a virgin. Additional notes: all video footage of the more impressive procedures performed on Hank are available in the central reading area. Document 346703. In accordance with SCP protocols associated with this item, the following record of special containment procedures carried out by Dr. Gears is submitted. After a certain incident, with its incapacitation, SCP-682 regeneration was being monitored via a sealed observation booth. This booth projected 12 feet into the current containment area, constructed of transparent, super-dense plastic. SCP-3467 was instructed to clean the observation booth. When SCP-3467 was at the far end of the booth, the security door was locked. The sounds of SCP-3467 attempting to escape and Dr. Gear's uncontrollable laughter attracted the attention of a 64% regenerated SCP-682. SCP-682 attempted to attack SCP-3467. However, its current state posed no danger to the structural stability of the booth. Dr. Gears observed SCP-3467 to emit a loud, extremely high-pitched scream, not unlike a small female child. SCP-3467 proceeded to whimper like said small child and ask for mommy. SCP-3467 was instructed to bark like a dog if he wished to exit the booth. SCP-3467 proceeded to bark like a small, frightened canine for 48 seconds, after which the security door was opened. It was observed that SCP-3467 had defecated himself at some point during the event. Recordings of the event are available via a request to Central Records or Dr. Gears. Quote, "He got on all fours when he barked. I didn't even ask him to do that." By Dr. Gears. SCP-078J, Cooties. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the apparent omnipresence of SCP-078J1, researchers have constructed several safe houses for refugees. These safe houses are to be equipped with large mimetic deterrent consisting of a sign that states "No girls allowed" and various drawings of cool boy stuff like dragons. No pink is to be allowed into these safe houses. Description: SCP-078J is a highly contagious biohazard spread throughout physical contact with SCP-078J1, especially on the lips. Although the properties of SCP-078J are not fully understood, it is well known for causing various cases of yuckiness, bad smells, and immediate death. SCP-078J1 is a malevolent creature that typically inhabits an area colloquially known as the playground. There are several different versions of SCP-0781 that will wander this area at any given time. Current research performed by junior researcher James has pointed towards SCP-078J1 possibly being extraterrestrial in origin. That would certainly explain why they don't like the Power Rangers. Prolonged exposure to 078J carriers results in an expansion of the larynx, a development of the sexual organs, an increase in bodily growth, and the sprouting of various hairs around the body, as well as a marked fondness towards SCP-078J1. Researchers agree this is totally gross. Footnotes: junior researcher James has been commended for his quick thinking during Incident 536J3, during which a group of SCP-078J1 surrounded him in an attempt to perform a makeover. Researcher James cleverly reached into his nose and pulled out a large booger, which he then fended off SCP-07J1. SCP-3333-J, Angsty Teenage Plant. Object Class Safe, but grouchy in the mornings. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3333-J is to remain on the second floor Site 19 break room because it should really socialize more often. It is to be provided with a terracotta plant pot. Yes, even though its friends have plastic pots, there's nothing wrong with terracotta, and watered thrice a week with bottled water, because tap water makes it even moodier. It is not to be allowed to overnight outside, no matter how much it thinks it doesn't need a jacket. Note: SCP-3333-J apparently grows better when listening to songs by My Chemical Romance. It is allowed to do so as long as the volume is set to a reasonable level. Description: SCP-3333-J is a juvenile potted plant. It is of the species Chlorophytum comosum, commonly known as the spider plant, but seems to show preference, accelerated growth, for being called the lesser known name of aeroplane plant, as well as other names on occasion such as sword fern, rogue's gillyflower, damask violet, and black nightshade. Personnel are reminded not to be alarmed should SCP-3333-J show signs of apparent resentment, dropping leaves, growing mold, smelling strange, when not called these names. Spider plant is wholly accurate and sufficient, and SCP-3333-J will never become anything different by changing its name. SCP-3333-J is not allowed to spend extended hours in the outside garden, no matter how much the darkly attractive evening primrose gets SCP-3333-J and its deep philosophies. SCP-3333-J has been known on occasions to wilt when exposed to its daily sunlight. Should this occur, it is to be gently but firmly explained that sunlight is a necessity, even if it is tortured and misunderstood soul believes otherwise. Exhibiting careless phototropism is unacceptable. Furthermore, it knows it is responsible for helping reduce the air pollution of the room, and how can it do that without sunlight to keep it healthy and growing? SCP-1234-J, an SCP. Object Class Redacted. SCP Containment Procedures. SCP-1234-J is to be contained in a containment chamber. This containment chamber is to contain precautions that will assist in the containment of SCP-1234-J. In the case of a containment breach, personnel are to take necessary actions to contain SCP-1234-J. When personnel must enter SCP-1234's containment area, no fewer than a specified number may enter at any time. Personnel wishing to use SCP-1234-J for research purposes require a set clearance level in order to gain access. Description: SCP-1234-J is an SCP object that displays anomalous properties. Its properties appear to defy commonly understood principles of science. Further research is being performed into how it achieves this. Typically, SCP-1234-J interacts with personnel, resulting in data expunged. SCP-1234-J may or may not, on occasion, directly or indirectly, cause the creation of other anomalous objects. This is unconfirmed. SCP-1234-J was discovered by personnel following their detection of anomalous activity. A containment force was sent to contain SCP-1234-J. It was then contained. SCP-777-J Darkblade. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Even though SCP-777 cannot be contained, he has decided to stay at the Foundation so he can complete his mission. He is to be supplied with any and all things that he asks for. He is to stay in a room resembling a Japanese dojo with a tank of sharks, except the tank is in the floor. Description: SCP-777, or Darkblade, Blade for short, as he chooses to be called, is a white male of about 17 years old. He has flowing white hair with green highlights and crystal blue eyes that reflect a dark past. He is clad in ebony armor that he made himself. His effect on female personnel, which may not be a supernatural effect, is very powerful. He is a smooth pimp who gets all the ladies. He has chosen Iris as his bride, though to wed when his mission is over. His element is water, which he has full control of, and he has a pet dragon who must be referred to as Set. Blade's power of water, as well as his supernatural skill with a katana, protects him from all harm. When he is attacked in any way, water shields will appear around him and deflect the attack back to the attackers. SCP-009-J. Where is it? Object Class: Fun for ages 2 and up. Special Containment Procedures. This book belongs to Alfie Jacobs, a Foundation First Readers book. Copyright 2013, Dr. Wondertainment Press. Description: SCP-009-J is missing. Where is it gone? Is it under the table? Was it sat upon? Is it there on the ceiling? Is it under the rug? Was it gobbled right up by a quantum pillbug? Did it run through the tunnel? Did it fall down the stairs? Was it sent back in time to a carnival fair? Did it get on a train to a faraway place? Is it locked in a falsified beacon from space? Did it fall in the oobleck and data expunged? If it clogged up the sink, will it have to be plunged? Just where has SCP-009-J gotten to? Oh wait, that's right. SCP-009-J is you. That was a fun list poking at some of the more formulaic SCPs out there, and the SCP researcher mentality trope. I love how the site both keeps up a serious appearance, and yet has a page dedicated to these joke SCPs. Anyway, if you like this week's list, leave a like, it really helps out. And if you want to see my more serious SCP lists, click here to start on my top 10 terrifying SCPs. And while you decide that, I'll go through the establishment of some of Darkblade's sentinels.